Well, you guys have some new music out here. New Era is the new single. What's the story? Talk about the story behind the song.
It's an anthem, I think, for us to understand exactly what's happening right now for the past 2 years. And I would even say it goes back way further than that, right? I feel like we've been facing a type of like the word isn't oppression, but it seems like a lot has been changed in the last couple of years, right? It's been very difficult for people to come up in life lately. It's been very difficult to get ahead right now with all the pricing of all the things that essentially the government is supposed to take care of us with, right? You got gas prices, you got normal basic food items, you have items that you need that are necessities that are just out of control as far as the pricing of it, and affording to live life right now is the hardest it's been, and it's been like that the past 2 years. So to me, New Era was kind of like an anthem, like it's time to rise up, it's time to recognize what's happening to us, and it's more of an anthem for people to come together. The civilians, they've got us so pitted against each other, whether it's Democrat, Republican. We're like sports teams going to war against each other, right? When the reality is us all as the people and the civilians of not only the world but America in general need to come together as one to put our foot down, because things are starting to get ridiculous. It's getting out of hand, and I really think that New Era is kind of like a wake up call to everyone, kind of call to arms, right? Hey, everyone, let's recognize what's happening to us. Let's stick together as civilians, as the people of America, instead of all this division, right? We're, like I said, it's too much division on which party we're supporting. It's too much division at every corner. Like, oh, you're vaccinated, you're not vaccinated. Oh, you're for abortion, you're against abortion. It's like they've got so many little ways to pit us against each other, pit the American people, our neighbors, all of us living in communities are going against each other. Well, we should all be coming together and saying, how about you make gas affordable? How about you protect our communities from crime? How about you make food affordable? How about you stop alienizing the middle class, hardworking families, right? It feels like that's who's being alienated right now. If you're a middle class, hardworking earner, you're really getting your butt kicked right now.
You're a part of social media. What kind of fan feedback have you guys been receiving to the song?
Well, it's been fantastic. There's a lot of people that recognize exactly what we're trying to do. There's a lot of people that recognize, they listen to the lyrics, they know exactly what we're saying in it, right? We're saying, come together, guys. We are the last of the free nations, right? We take freedom for granted. And I think in 2020, they sure as hell try to take a lot of that away from us in small bits, right? In a country like this, it shouldn't have got to the point that it got to, where they were forcing all this stuff on people. And now look, there were a lot of people that were forced to get the vaccination, and every person is different. Some people didn't react well to it. Some people had problems with it. In America, it should be a choice for everything. I even think that even though I'm against something like abortion, right? I think life is a beautiful gift. I think life is such a gift to give to someone. I'm still not going to sit here and tell somebody what they should and shouldn't do. And that's America is kind of founded off the fact that we navigate our own lives. We make our own decisions. We have the choice to get vaccinated, to have an abortion, to do these things. And that is America, right? And I feel like we took a couple steps back in the past 2 years of having our freedoms really kind of cut in half almost. It felt like, in 2020, I felt like a really alienated person. I had a lot of confrontations with people just over the fact that I didn't wear a mask, or I didn't kind of comply to certain things that were going around, right? People would kind of come up to me and start confrontations. And I'm like, man, we're in America. This shouldn't be happening here. So I feel like it's time for us to recognize what's happening over these past couple of years. Also recognize that I believe over the last 50 years, they've been populating us. I mean, we could get into all kinds of wormholes, right? But my
Yeah.
father recently died from cancer. Yeah, we could go in all kinds of directions, but my father recently died from cancer. and essentially what got him was his diet, right? All these fast foods that they're allowing us to eat, the processed meats. He got colon cancer, and it essentially turned into a situation where his diet was a main factor in him dying at the young age of 63 years old. So half the things we eat shouldn't even be approved, but it's part of a whole kind of depopulation method. Cigarettes, people are allowed to smoke cigarettes, alcohol sold on the corner. McDonald's is serving pink, who knows what, as chicken nuggets, right? These things are all constantly depopulating us. Our lifespans are decreasing. We used to live to we're 89 years old. Now people are going at 60. So, we could go from topic to topic, but I'm tired of it. I'm fed up with it. And I think it's time for everyone to start recognizing exactly what's going on to the American people, what's happening to us as civilians. There's too many of us that are falling into the trap. We're being divided over everyone saying there's racism. We're being divided over everyone saying that they're the abortion. We're being divided over, these are all political moves. These are moves that the politicians who've been running this country for 50 years are making because they want us to not recognize that gas is $7 a gallon. They want us to not recognize that eggs that used to be $1.99 are now $4.99, $5.99. They want us, coffee is $7 now. It used to be $1.99, $2. It's just everything's getting out of hand. And then you don't want to even, that's only the stuff we can get. Then you want to get into the supply chain issues that we're having, where there are items that you can't even get at this point. I'm remodeling an entire house. It's been so difficult to get materials.
Well, is this the start then for a new EP or a new album?
Well, we're always in the studio. So it always is the start to a new album. I think that, I'm 39 years old. I want to make sure I don't leave anything on the table before my career is over. I want to make sure that I put out my best bodies of work. I want to make sure that when it's all said and done, I have no regrets. So these last couple of years, I pretty much have been living in the studio. I've been touring less. We've been touring much less, and we've been focusing on writing, creating music. So we've got about 15 songs that are done, completed. So yes, New Era is going to roll into an album. And there's just so much new music coming for next year.
You guys are headed out here though on tour in November for some stops. Is there a favorite place you have to perform?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of places we love to perform. The number one thing is we get to see our fans all across America, which is great. But we love all the places we're going to. We have been going to for years. We love Sacramento. We love Reno. We love Las Vegas. We love Anaheim. So all those places, when I think about coming back to them, I get excited, right? And we have just so many amazing fans. Because you know what? To dive into California for a minute, we only go to California for the fans. They pretty much tax us all of our earnings. So when we come and play California at the end of the year, I get a bill and they pretty much want all the money back that was given to us. So whenever we decide to play California, we essentially play it for free because they send us a nice fat tax bill. And it's undebatable too. It's just like, yep, you owe $7,000. It's like, well, that's what we made. It's crazy.
Well, you guys are, as you mentioned, coming up on tour. Are there favorite songs you have to perform when you're live, or are these is that like picking a child at this point?
It's like picking a child at this point, but I do have songs that I love to play. I love playing What It Takes. That to me kind of gets me going. I like to play it at the top of the set because it kind of gives me energy, sets the tone for how I feel for the night. I really love to sing Up, which is one of our new songs. To me, that one is a really exciting to sing as a singer. The nuances of it, I love to hit them, and I love to sing. So those are two of my favorites. I'd say What It Takes and Up are definitely two songs that I have been looking forward to singing every night.
Who are some of your favorite bands then that you continue to put on rotate when you're listening to music?
It's a great question. I listen to a lot of I like Chevelle. We got to tour with them. They're a great band. I like the band Skillet. We got to tour with them. They're a great band. I listen to a lot of Audio Slave. Rest in peace, Chris Cornell. Those are pretty much, and then I go back to classic rock a lot. Uh, but I listen to a lot of classic rock beyond that, like Foreigner. I love Def Leppard. I love. I go back to some Eric Clapton songs. So all different eras, but newer bands I think that are great. I think Nothing More is a great new band. Uh, I think that Taking Dawn is a great new band. New Medicine is a great new band. So a lot of great music out there.
Well, what would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the music that you make?
Well, I'd just like to say that the fans make this possible. It's all about the fans. And I think that sometimes that gets lost in the mix of all this. I think everything we do is for the fans. There's nothing better than hearing a story about how fans are connecting or songs help them through things or help them get, motivate them or whatever it may be. And that's the most gratifying thing about all this. So I just want to take a minute to thank the fans for everything that they made possible. We've broken so barriers, changed my life. My dreams have come true. And I'm just grateful. At this point, every show that I play, every song that I put out, it's for the fans. And I'm just so grateful that I got to live my dream, the American dream.